Hello children, class 7 geography. Children, you have tried this activity that given in your science textbook in lesson number 3. So let's try it again. Air has weight. Air has mass. Let's see. Air has weight. Through gases in nature, air has mass. Hence, it has weight. Requirement: a reed, two balloons, a needle or a pin, some thread, a piece of sellotape. Take a reed and tie a piece of a thread at its center. Inflate the two balloons and tie up them one at each end of the stick. Cut a small piece of a sellotape and stick it one of the balloon. Move its central thread suitably to balance the reed till it becomes parallel to the ground. Now prick with the needle at the tape you had stuck on one of the balloon. When you prick the balloon, the air inside starts escaping through the hole. The stick soon loses its balance due to the loss of weight on the side of the balloon that was pricked. So children, this is shown that air has weight. Children, during this activity, you saw that the balance tip on the one side of the full blown balloon. This shown that air has weight, and weight of air is called air pressure. So children, we will learn more about this in our this lesson number 4, air pressure. Children, anything that has a weight exert pressure on the things that lies below it. Thus, the air in the atmosphere exert pressure on the surface of the earth. This is called air pressure. And due to this air pressure, various phenomena like storm, precipitation, and etc. occur in the atmosphere. Children, we see there are variation in the air pressure. Air pressure is not uniform on all the places on the earth's surface. It keep on changing from time to time. The altitude of region, temperature of the air, and the amount of water vapor in the air are some factors that influence the air pressure. So children, let's see how these factors influence the air pressure. Number 1, correlation between the altitude of the region and air pressure. Children, the proportion of the dust in the air, water vapor, heavy gases, etc. is higher in the air closer to the surface of the earth, and this proportion decreasing with the increasing height. So children, as we move higher and higher from the surface of the earth, the air becomes thinner and thinner. Because of this proportion of the dust in the air, water vapor and heavy gases, these are decreasing with the increasing height, and therefore the air pressure decreasing with the increasing altitude. So children, this is the correlation between the altitude of the region and air pressure. As we move higher and higher, the air pressure become a decreasing with this increasing altitude. Children, we all have seen these kinds of lantern in the sky on Diwali. After light the candle in the lantern, it goes up into the sky. So children, how could this be happening? Children, this is the correlation between the temperature and air pressure. Temperature and air pressure are closely related. Whenever the temperature is high, the air pressure is low. As the temperature rises, the air gets heated, expand and become a lighter. And this lighter air start moving upward in the sky. As a result, the air pressure in such areas decreasing. So children, the same thing happened with the lantern. The air in the flying lantern get heated once the candle is light, and the hot air expand, become a lighter and start moving up. Therefore, the lantern also lifted up towards the sky. So children, if temperature is rise, then air pressure in such an area is decreasing. Then what will be the effect on the air pressure if temperature drop or low? So children, It's very simple. If temperature is drop, then air pressure in such an area increasing. So children, this is the correlation between the temperature and air pressure. Children, you had a learn last year in class 6 the unequal distribution of heat from the sun from some temperature zone on earth's surface. These temperature zone and pressure belt are interrelated to each other, but the latitudinal extent of temperature zone is much larger while that of the pressure belt is narrower. See in the figure. For example, the temperate zone extends from 23 degree 30 minute to 66 degree 30 minute. Compared to this, the air pressure belt has limited extent. It is generally up to 10 parallel. That means the temperature zone is much larger than the air pressure belt. So children, the uneven distribution of temperature influence the distribution of the air pressure too, and this is led to formation of the low and high pressure belt horizontally between the equator and the pole. Now next, children observe the figure and answer the following question. You can see in this figure 4.2a, you can see in this figure temperature zone. You can see all the temperature zone in this figure. Torrid zone, which is also known as a tropical zone. Then temperate zone, see in the both hemisphere, northern and southern hemisphere. After that, freeze zone. Freeze zone is also known as a polar region. So these are temperature zone. See in the figure 4.2b. In this figure you can see pressure belt, and this pressure belt from the equator towards the north and south pole respectively. First equatorial low pressure belt, after that mid latitudinal high pressure belt, then subpolar low pressure belt, and last polar high pressure belt. So these are air pressure belt. You can also see in this figure planetary winds. So children, the horizontal movement of air from high pressure region to low pressure region is called winds. And see in the figure the direction of wind. The winds are always blow from high pressure area to low pressure area. Observe the figure and answer the question. Number 1. Which pressure belt is mainly found in the tropics? So children, see in the figure which pressure belt is mainly found in the tropics or a torrid zone. So we can see in this figure the equatorial low pressure belt is mainly found in the tropical zone or a torrid zone. Next question, with which pressure belt are the polar winds associated and in which temperate zone are they observed? So children, you can see in the figure polar winds are associated with the polar high pressure belt and subpolar low pressure belt, and they are observed in frigid zone. Next question, what could be the reason behind a low pressure belt in the tropics? So children, we had learned that temperature and air pressure are closely related. If the temperature is high, then air pressure is low. And torrid zone or a tropical zone is the high temperature area of the earth because the sun rays are falling perpendicular in this region. Therefore, temperature is high in this region. As a result, the air pressure is low in this region. So children, the reason behind a low pressure belt in the tropics or a torrid zone is the high temperature of this region. Next question, with which pressure belt are the winds in the temperate zone associated? So children, see in the figure, the winds in the temperate zone are associated with the mid latitudinal high pressure belt and subpolar low pressure belt. Next question, write the latitudinal extent of low pressure belt. So children, you can see in this figure there are two low pressure belt. Number 1, equatorial low pressure belt, and second, subpolar low pressure belt in both hemisphere, northern and southern hemisphere. And the latitudinal extent of this pressure belt. Number 1, equatorial low pressure belt, 5 degree north to 5 degree south. This is the latitudinal extent of equatorial low pressure belt. Second, subpolar low pressure belt, and the latitudinal extent is 55 degree up to 65 degree in both northern and southern hemisphere. So children, these are the latitudinal extent of low pressure belt. So children, thus from this lesson we had to learn that air has a weight and the air in the atmosphere exert its weight or a pressure on the surface of the earth. This is called air pressure, and the air pressure is mainly influenced by the altitude of the region and temperature. Thank you.